Oh shit. They got a sick bay. Ezekiel. Mana infested. Status no longer with us. Fractured ankle, Ronnie, Ivers, Milson.
It ain't right. How many good
Well, it's gonna be a mission for these people. Which is predictable, but I'm guessing we're gonna end up working for Graham. Here's their bar. Doesn't have a name, so.
A Manta Queen.
Yeah, we felled it, mind. But we lost 2 runners and 5 gun hands.
A total failure, then. So much for the ruins.
And hell only knows where the Van Oys are. They never showed.
I'm sure they're... let's talk later. It seems a stranger comes to our...
Dude, the
home.
mutton chop game is strong on
If you're
him.
looking for a
If
path
he had a
to walk,
unibrow, he'd be
you've
set.
Found one. If you're looking for a teacher...
We'll go in your ruins
I
and kill
am.
the shit. That's why we're here.
Welcome to the Iconoclasts.
Iconoclast. Sounds like a car brand. I'm told you're out of pamphlets. That's a shame.
The truth that I have come to learn and embrace since shedding the corporate yoke. Out here, we survive by the sheer strength of our spirit. We have no need for the endless rules and red tape of a corporate structure.
We do seem to burn through endless ammunition and medical tape, though.
Yes, well...
So, it's the
such is
Brotherhood of
life.
Steel.
Our descendants will enjoy safety and luxury, but our generation is the foundation on which that future
In Fallout
is
3.
built. Now, why have you come?
Or the California Republic in New Vegas. I'm just looking for ways to help people here. Anything need doing?
A great many things, in fact.
We could always use a hand rounding up supplies.
Or... Now here's an idea. There's an old printing press.
Oh yeah,
I'm
those
trying to get up and
pamphlets.
running.
And they even have power armor. On Monarch?
Oh yes, many facilities lie abandoned in the wilderness. I believe the press could be operational again with a little elbow grease and luck. Will you aid us in our cause?
Sure will. Joe.
Wonderful. I requisitioned replacement rollers for it some time ago. Huxley should have delivered them yesterday. Speaking of which, where is Huxley?
You bought rollers? You haven't even cleared the wraps out yet. What are you doing wasting bits on... Wait, where is Huxley?
I'll do Huxley?
It seems we're out a runner. If you intend to help our cause, I'll ask you to meet our MSI supplier in her
Oh, you guys are being supplied by Monarch? You're not at odds? They supply you?
One of our sympathizers.
Ah.
A woman named Carlotta periodically buys goods on our behalf from Stellar Bay's store. Stellar Bay has caught on, but they remain friendly.
Yeah, they're not getting resupplied either.
Considerably.
You guys are actually should be on the same team.
She meets us in the ruins of Bayside Terrace. From our compound, follow the road north.
Alright, I'll be back.
Wonderful. While you're at it, I wonder if Carlotta still has those high-capacity cartridges? Grab a few, will you? There should be some funds left over from the last shipment. We can use them to copy and modify radio serials. Yes, not just magazines, but their precious dramas.
The dramas too.
Unbelievable. I hope I don't have to tell you this, but if there is extra money, would you mind buying, I don't know, food and medicine?
She's giving all for the cause. Look at her
If
face.
you need me, I'll be in triage.
Should have had to have wanted it.
Gonna need to buy myself an entire Rizzo plant after all this.
Access files in the Halcyon colony. Welcome to Graham Bryant's available files. The board lies. The board vastly overestimates their authority and grasp on power. Without the Earth Directorate military, without the Earth Directorate's military might to back them up, they would not be able to maintain their life-threatening grip on this colony's throat. They spread lies and misinformation to confuse and oppress the masses. Perhaps that's one of the reasons they have not allowed any colony ships. So this is like the first human settlements. They've had 70 years to condition their good little workers to follow their directives, unquestioningly. Their lies become more and more transparent as the years pass, and soon will be too obvious for even the most deluded colonists to see. A man from Byzantium told us of an acquaintance who had been arrested for carrying Philosophist texts. No, not teaching, not evangelizing, just carrying. They oppress any truth that threatens their corrupt structure. That's what we want. Do we want to live in a society where we can be sent to Tartarus for our beliefs? No, their workers' minds are poisoned, their will shackled, their dreams hamstrung. This can no longer stand. We must tear this entire regime down. I hope to someday publish a greater work in which I can more expansively lay out what is so clear to me, that our society's obsession with a corporate-run life has stifled and crippled humanity's ability to grow. Alas, for now, I can only collect my scattered thoughts into this barely functional machine. In my younger and more vulnerable days, I bought into the attraction of a corporate ladder, a measured, quantifiable way with which to judge oneself against one's peers. It provided motivation, meaning. Yet my spirit longed for more than just a paycheck. It yearned to reach out and connect with my fellow man. It's not a connection, it's not kin, it's not a familial unit. Familial unit. The corporations claim that they are not familial units, but they treat us like pets. That they are. We beg for scraps at the table, and if they are so kind as to drop one, we praise the ground they tread on, while they usher us into kennels called homes. We attach ourselves to contractually obligated familial units, strangers to whom we share no more connection than the employers seeking to empower themselves by our unions. We bear children out of obligation to our executives who demand a constant workforce. We slave away in the vain hope that someday we too will be like those executives until the day we die and our process burned and filed away. It's another tick on a human resources paperwork. We have built ourselves into a cold, unthinking, efficient machine, and in doing so have abandoned all the warmth humanity is capable of. I weep for us all. So we've got like a Che Guevara guy living out here in the wilderness of Monarch. I often recall my former friend who once sought to dismantle the corporations, as I still do. When he took ownership of our corporation, I held him in such contempt. Called him a coward, a betrayer. He was becoming the very thing we hated. Now, I'm not so sure. Recently, I've come to accept that his heart was more closed than mine. I cannot expect every man to be able to open himself to the eternal truth as I have. So the iconoclasts are philosophists. I can't imagine that Victor's going to be happy. So it is a tragic thing. Tragic that he is weaker than I'd hoped, that he cannot fight for a cause. I can empathize with his tragedy. Should the day come when the metal of our spirits clash against one another, that empathy will shield me from guilt. Like the board, he now stands across our path, arms crossed, stubbornly resistant to the eternal truth. Like the board, he spreads, nay, celebrates, the poison that cripples our society. Like the board, his stubbornness will only blind him to his inevitable fall. Tragic. Someone who's so committed to the iconoclast way, I fear that Zora is slipping off the true path. I question your dedication to Sparkle Motion. More and more often, I fear her attachment to the materialism of our oppressors sways her decisions, more than the search for the guiding truth that will save us. She often tells me that our people are hungry. I agree. Their spirit longs for fulfillment, a much more powerful power than any pang of an empty gut. So Zora's a realist. She's practical. And this guy is clearly a idealist. Of all the things to motivate a person, I'm finding freedom has been the most powerful. Many of them still remember being slaves to the corporate structure. Recalling those painful memories lights their fire anew. A man from Fallbrook stopped through on his way to Stellar Bay. After thumbing through our pamphlet, he asked me how we can survive without money. I found an appropriate metaphor in gas masks. When clearing a mana swarm nest, we wear masks to ward off poisonous fumes. Even after the nest is cleared, the fumes may remain for some time. Thus, we wear masks until we are safe to breathe. Till the very last dregs of our poisonous corporation society are gone, the attachment to bits will remain. Though their use is uncomfortable, and though they stifle our spirit just as the masks are ill-fitting and limit our vision, we must persist with them until we can cast them aside. As our numbers grow, I find that more and more of our population turns to the written word of my pamphlets. I am happy to continue making them, but I must find a more efficient way to print and distribute this reading material. I wonder if that old printing press might be convinced to run once more. Wouldn't that be something? That I return to my duties as editor in a publication, only this time of my own control and not stifled by the rules and regulations of style guides and grammar books. Nobody will tell me where to put a comma. I'll put them where they belong, as decreed by the eternal truth. So he's also maybe one french fry short of a Happy Meal. Let's keep stealing their shit.
Hey, you! What do you think you're doing?
Stealing things.
All right. Get out of here.
Do we drop with the iconoclast? It doesn't drop you very much, though. It's like one thing. Or are the icon? Well, they're neutral with us. Okay, they're one negative. But we're about to do a bunch of shit for them, so. Journal, task, odd jobs. Let's keep this active for now. I want to just finish this while we're here. These guys are wearing power armor and everything. Very orange and hazy here. Easy weapon parts, unless it's something fancy. No, it's just a regular plasma carbine. Either way. More weapon parts. I like the repair system, actually. I thought I wasn't going to enjoy it, but it's, ouchie. Store the guardhouse communications.
Never seen you before.
Ash, dude, these people are warriors. Look at them. Say that like it's a problem.
Not for me. Maybe for you. Come out here looking for some better life, kid?
Where's Tucker? What's with your light? Better life on this shithole moon? Do people actually come here, like, willingly?
Good on you. Make a little money, move on. Don't get killed out there, kid.
What do you need help with, Ash?
Nothing on this moon for nobody. There's a lot of heartbreak.
Just story.
It's pretty simple, kid. I sit at the bar, I drink, I mind my own business. That's it.
I overheard. I bet I could outdrink you. Somebody saying you were the best to ask about the real monarch.
Whoever said that must have been lying. Or maybe they was drunk. I don't know nothing a dozen better folk couldn't tell you. Look, you want to buy the drinks, I'll do my bit to keep you entertained. Just don't ask me to dance.
For a broken group. Here, have a drink.
I can't repay no kindnesses now. Alright, so. I reckon one of the most interesting places I've been is the Hot Pole. You know what that is?
Hottest place on Monarch is probably the closest to Olympus.
Exactly. This moon ain't big enough to rotate. It's locked.
Totally
One
locked.
side always facing Olympus, the other always facing away. Olympus might not be a star, but it throws off ass loads of heat. Monarch's hot pole is the part that's closest to the gas giant. It's in the middle of this big mountain plateau. Volcano's so high the peaks are in space.
That's pretty cool.
O2 breathers. The heat from Olympus is worse, though. Close your eyes, you can see rays bursting through your eyeballs. Little streaks of light. The funny
That's
thing
intense.
is, then in the middle there's just smooth rock. Circular-like. All the dust blown away. Pale gray with hair-fine cracks all over. I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe I was lightheaded from the O2. But I felt like I had to take off the breather for a moment. Put my ear to the ground.
Did you hear the buffalo? It's hot enough to boil a rock and put your ear against a rock. I don't. Man, we put so many points in perception.
I wonder now if I imagined it. Trick of the air. The heat. It was at the edge of hearing. Deep down. Far off. Irregular.
Lolita,
Tap, tap, tap,
your love.
tap, tap,
Moneta, the
tap,
warrior.
tap. The sound of a
That you had
bird
seen
peeping
in
out of a
dreams through classical battles all through human history. The Roman Colosseum, the American Civil War, the trenches of World War One. Always there was Moneta. And you met, and you made love, and now you search her and revenge for those who put you through this dream known as the Spellweaver. It's fucking terrifying.
When there's a groundquake now, I hold my breath. Because I don't know if it's Olympus squeezing us for gravity, or wings getting stretched.
Have yourself a drink.
I won't decline it. So, You know about the ocean? It's where the monarchists keep their salt tuna.
This guy gonna get drunk eventually? Didn't know it was a whole ocean.
Goes all the way around the moon. At the Twilight Band. On one side, the volcanoes of the hot pole. On the other, the storm wall of the cold pole. Nobody knows how deep it is. Never needed to. The salt tuna keep near the surface. What's more interesting to me is the tides.
If the Monarch's locked on one side, how are their tides?
Nobody's asked me that before.
In other words, this guy's full
Way
of
I
shit.
hear it kind of wobbles back and forth. The ocean sloshes side to side as it does. On account of how big Olympus is, the tides are monsters. When it's low, the ocean pulls back miles. When it's high, entire islands go under. It ain't so bad in the bay. Likely why they built a city here. But one morning I've gone a ways east. Tides are out, and off in the mud I see something catching sun.
Saw tuna left stranded by the tide, maybe. You're gonna tell me it's sunk in alien ruins. I'm gonna be real disappointed.
I figured it must have been some corporate boat gone aground. Or maybe sunk by storm. Good salvage, right? Legit. Standing out there in the mud, miles from any place, is a circle of silver columns. 6 of them. About 2 stories tall. Seamless metal.
It was the lost
While I'm
city.
standing there in the middle of them, my ears start pounding and I see shapeless things out of the corner of my eyes. Gray. Disappearing when I look straight at them.
Sounds like the effects of infrasound make your eardrums and eyeballs vibrate.
What kind of gobbledygook you talking? Alls I know is I was scared half out of my brains. About then, while I'm cussing into the dark miles from shore, I realize there's another sound in the distance. A roaring off in the night. The tide's coming in.
Oh shit.
That's exactly what I said at the time.
Oh shit.
It gets up to my chest before I start outpacing it. But I didn't stop running until I was on something real damn tall. The weirdest thing? I went back the next low tide. Flew out with an AG loader. The columns were gone. And I've never seen them since.
You sure you went back to the same place?
Sure as I can be. The moral is, the tides here will kill you if you ain't careful. So stay the fuck away from the water.
What happened to you here?
A great many things. I'll tell you what. You want to listen to an old man ramble?
I've already done
Might be a
that.
job in it for you. I used to run with a squad of mercenaries here. Good folk. Fella named Lamont introduced me. Thing is, I ain't seen them in an age. Stands to reason they got themselves ate.
What'd they do?
Mostly we protected folk from the beasts here. If it spat, scratched, or stung, we'd kill it for you. So long as you had the bits. We split ways around the time this twice-fucked moon got abandoned. Thing is, I got myself some fond memories. We had some keepsakes of ours we kept in a lockbox. And I've been thinking about seeing it found.
Yes. You want mementos, photographs?
Thereabouts.
What if they're still alive?
I'll be glad for it, but I ain't stupid. This planet tends to get people killed. I just
Nope.
want some closure.
That monarch was a moon. Can't find them yourself?
Getting on in years, kid. Legs ain't working like they used to. Sulfur burns a little too long in the lungs. This joint's looking like my last home.
Alright, one lockbox coming right up.
Appreciate it, kid. I'm marking outposts on your map. We spent a lot of time out there. Might be a good place to start. Here's a key for the door.
Obliged. Still on odd jobs? Yes. Wonder why they're considered revolutionaries. Gotta pull these mag things out, 'cause help us steal shit. Bronson's key. Bronson. We've talked to a Bronson. Rapidon brains. Handwritten list of recipes, one stands out from the rest. Clean and boil brains, let dry, preferably under a spare tree. Season with sugar, AC, nutmeg, paprika. Boil and filter a ladle of Patora blood. Taro. Soak brains overnight. Cook 10-15 minutes on a low fire. Brains. Brains, brains, the pain, the pain, the pain. Akio Bar, oh yeah. We found one of those before. It's like a laxative. He's Ash, he's not Bronson. We've talked to a Bronson though. Raider.
Looks like
Tucker.
I'm not the only new face around here.
There you are,
What do
Tucker.
I call you, stranger?
You're not a kid. Cornelius.
Welcome to Amber Heights, Captain. Call me Tucker.
Tucker.
You here to join the Iconoclasts? Help us free this world?
Tucker, you're Agni's little boy?
I am not a little
It's
boy.
pretty fucking
Haven't been
clear. You
one
look like
for
Sean Penn.
decades, No matter what my mama
Tuxman.
wishes.
Tucker.
Figured she's still looking for me. Had hoped she'd accept my decision.
She made it seem like you were in danger.
According to her, stepping foot outside of the house in broad daylight is too dangerous. My entire life, she crammed a fear of danger down my throat. Don't go play with friends. Mantisaurs will tear your arms off. Don't leave the city. Raptidons will spit acid on your face. Marauders can violate you. You'd fall in a sulfur pool. I stuck around way too long, ruled by her fears. I'm 42 years old, but she still sees me as a little boy in need of her protection. I won't stand for it, I tell you.
All right. Well, you need to tell her you've grown up.
She doesn't want to see me as anything other than her baby boy. Why would I go back again?
Make amends with your mom, then go join the Iconoclast. They have cool armor after all. You've survived outside Celebrate for weeks. Show her the skills you've learned. I don't know that she can survive out here, though. But I'm tempted to have... I don't know. Maybe he's better off by himself and she's better off in that city. I think she's probably better off in that city.
You're right. I can do this. I just need to stand my ground and make her see she can't control me anymore. No one can.
I have to figure he's better off. Okay, well, I think he's now going to live in the city walls, though. That's kind of disappointing. I know your terminal's out of storage. If you break this one, things are going to go tits up around here. Anyone else, so long as you know what you're doing, go ahead and clear work orders out whenever you can. Haven't heard from the Reptiles. Ain't heard from the Reptiles in a while. Sent Milton over there. Ain't heard from him either. Someone needs to go check it out. But let's hack it, shall we? Your diary. Eat it. Hux. Work order marked as resolved and purged from the system. Medical examiner's residence door sealed. Engage remote force door lever operation. The door to the examiner's residence above the med bay is stuck. It's completely sealed. Can someone get this thing open? Hopefully we'll get one more chance to convince them to come join the Iconoclast, because I'm already liking the Iconoclast. They're gonna live free or die.
Yeah, look at him. Just keeps making them. You're fucking weird, Carl.
I don't think he can hear you. He's in the zone.
Trashed you, zone.
Nice. I feel like they're breaking the fourth wall there.
Convenient. Fit together real nice.
Trash is trash. I don't care what shape it's in.
I guess.
Damned philosophists.
The folks
He
in-
really hates the
What are you buying?
philosophists. It's like the Arabs and the Jews. Hey, I fixed all your stuff.
I'll be damned. Thanks for doing that. Here.
Zora sets aside a bit or two for people who help out.
I think we also recruited some
Before you
people.
ask, no,
Or
it ain't
you
paid.
lost people
Just
forever.
Being generous to folks who do a good turn.
Yeah, so it is pay. You broke your philosophy. Okay. We got quite a few missions going on right now. Visit Hayes' grave with Ioka, Tapioca. So Nyoka. She buried Hayes, a member of her old crew. Where would that be at? Out there? I think there's still more missions in here. As far as I can tell. Still got missions right here. The Grim Tomorrow. We received another offer for the tossball poster from Nell. That we got done. Nell believes Elijah and his friends killed Isaac. They make deliveries to the bay behind that's in the town. He convinced Tucker, right? Ash is pointing you towards one of his unit's old outposts. I suppose we'll set that to active. Ah, here we go. Let's do this one. The Iconoclasts are due to receive a shipment of vital supplies from Carlotta, sympathizer that resides in Cellar Bay. The meeting is set to occur at the Bayside Terrace warehouse. Oh, so that'll also be back. So let's do a little memento then. So it looks like we're already heading back to Stellar Bay. We haven't used that shroud much either. So what happens to these places? They get terraformed, there's a bunch of people, they build roads and signs and everything else, and then things keep going to hell? This one, there was like a giant beast, right? That's what caused it, the Rapidons. Apparently the Rapidons aren't so bad that Auntie Cleo can't afford to try to terraform them.
This would be a good spot for it.
Vicar, you creepy. You creepy, Vicar!
Acid baths are all the rage in Byzantium. Anyone fancy a dip?
You first. This is quite a run.
Huh?
I smell blood!
Have your back up.
People! See, another thing about not getting much combat, like there's 5 people here, is you also have a team of 3 at all times, which also significantly cuts down on how much shit you get to kill.
I love a good fight.
There's probably more guys here, but I'm just gonna keep moving. As far as more dead bodies to loot. Where are we? Does it show us in the map? Mostly I'm curious if you can off-road, but this... It's actually pretty linear.
Bridge there if you need a drink. We're only halfway to the mountain, so might consider stopping in.
Oh, there's Fallbrook. God dang it. I kind of want to do his quest, but... Just gonna go do it. Hopefully it doesn't run into anything too major. Wasn't really looking forward to another big dialogue. This battle rifle is actually terrible. Kill confirmed, it's Bangalore! She gets in there with that hammer and she just starts kicking their ass.
One all right?
629 DPS, holy shit. What did I just destroy? I do not give a shit about this thing. That is not enough damage.
Look northwest. That ain't it, but marauders sometimes camp inside the buildings there. Steer clear unless you fancy getting shot.
I don't mind getting shot at all.
I'll let you know when we can start ascending.
Definitely gonna go attack that place. Like, the thing that they would even, like, ammo, provide you with more ammo. There isn't enough stuff to shoot to need the ammo. Someone left a ledger with a list of names, likely members of the unit that used this outpost. Some names, like a Lamont and a Delilah, are at the top of the list. Some names are crossed off, only to be added later, as if that person left and rejoined. A peculiar note is that the name Ash is nowhere to be found. Ruh-roh, Scooby-Doo. This is inexpensive. I hope it's worth... No, not really at all. The XP helps, I guess, but... It's a nice little hunting shack or ram shack. Absolutely ransacking. From Delilah. PJ says you bought tickets for all of us. You didn't have to do that. I owe you. I don't know that I'll ever be able to pay you back, but thank you. Don't mention it. I'm attaching cords for the waterfall camp. Grab your gear and meet us there by sunup. We're finally getting out of this hellhole. Find the mercenaries. They're literally just down the road. And we're gonna go northwest and kill those guys.
This rotting river, on account of all the dead things I've thrown it over the years. It'll take you into the Devil's Peak Caverns if you follow it under the bridge. That's one option. Others the slope up. If you're up for some fun, let's chat.
Let's chat, but we're not going to go this way yet. I'm just going to kill the mercenaries, go back, kill those other mercenaries, and then we'll go into Fallbrook since we have about 15 missions there. Where's the bridge? Let's make as much noise as possible. We're going to have to do this, aren't we?
What's up?
You mentioned a more fun way up the mountain?
Right. We can take the caverns up, but if you ain't into spelunking, there's a path a little ways north. I'd warn you, it'll be a tough trek. Big bad's up on that hill. I'm game to hunt them if you are, but it'd be safer to stick to the caverns.
Well, of course we're going to go up the big bads. My legs! My leg! Okay, I'd say weak to corrosion when they have big armor like that. Get in this fight, then we'll go northwest, and then I'll go into Fallbrook and start all those.
Like a rapt among the rocks.
Too bad about the lack of sniper, though. Holy shit. That corrosion didn't do anything to that thing. Oh shit. Actually get a little bit of a tough fight here. Let's go attack speed. That's melee, boo. Weapon sway. No. I want like crit damage. This sounds good. Armor rating plus 10. Speaking of that, what the hell am I doing? I should have my armor on. Sneak plus 14. What does this do? This is my dialogue armor. And I guess this is the best armor we have. And we have this. There we go. So now we at least have armor on again. Then I want to take something to boost my attack damage with guns here. Is that weapon attack speed? Melee, though. Or crit. I thought nicotine gave us that. Weapon sway. No. Because it increases spread, and we don't want to do that with an assault rifle. We're going to need to hit these guys really hard. This is like all melee attack speed. Rodent, imagine travel the distance of up to Yosemite National Park just to complete quests. Life. Life in a nutshell. I want to, you don't get rewarded for Yosemite. Nicotine makes you cool. That's what I've heard. All the cool kids smoke cigarettes. You just get to go there. In fact, you have to pay them for it. In this game, at least when you go up Yosemite, you get bits. Damn. Whoever's shooting the electric thing, that's what's really hurting me. Thanks for being a rodent. I should have dodged that. Well, I'm actually using up my heals for once and getting to fight some. $629 DPS. What does this do? But that might be because it's so damaged. 612. Ow. Someone just shot us in the face. Those drugs really help the crit. Solid Snake smokes cigs all the time. He's in great shape. He can run across the desert. Well, here's the mercenary camp. What is this? Range skills plus 11. Armor? Range weapon skills plus 5. You know, with some buffs, that could be really good. Oh, I'm just short. Oh my god, 95? It's the highest one we've seen yet. It's crazy. Is there more of these guys? Fighting the robot was cool, at least. This game has very set paths for you. You try to not take the pass. We were close, Wilson. We were close. We're gonna get those sunglasses. It's gonna happen. Oh, the mercenaries are already dead. These mercenaries were killed by mercenaries. These snozzberries taste like snozzberries. The remnants of these bones show the telltale signs of a Manasar attack. Powerful jaws have crushed the skulls, while weathering on some of the fragments suggests passage through some beast's digestive tract. Amidst the dirt, you find a small lockbox that matches the description given by Ash. Well, that's convenient. We've modded the hell out of that assault rifle. And yet, here we are. I feel like we've already found a better one. Unfortunately, the combat is still few and far between. I'm going to go northwest and go fight those bandits. First, I want to break my legs. More dialogue, please. Yes, please. Which we're about to go do. We're going to go into Footfall, and there's going to be a lot of talking. Here we go. Is this the town? I can't remember. Still, there was like 5 things there. That just didn't take very long. No. Vicar always looks like absolutely flawless. Shows no signs of the combat. Is that the... Can't even remember. I think it's way back here. I think we must have gone pretty forward. It's like we're not even halfway to the city. It's a long trek. That is not far away at all. You should stop here. We're not even halfway there. If you just ran straight, you'd be there in like 3 minutes. Thanks, Vicar. Thing I know is when this game gives you the chance to shoot some stuff, I like to take advantage of it. Oh, Vicar's fucked. She was moaning about Vicar, and then she immediately got ravaged by the beasts. I'm gonna assume they are able to avoid corrosive damage. A small card, Thomas B. Henry. Keep finding those. Wow, this thing was actually loaded. Oh, a revolver. Fuck it. It's like 4 missions we have lined up in that Footfall place. I shouldn't have taken that. That really wasn't even worth the shunts, to be honest with you. Have you smelled the High Elves? I heard they broke into the Mages Guild, the Emperor's Palisade, and tried to kill the fighter's leader, all in one night! Thanks for being here, Rikers. Good to see you, man. See you've been streaming hard, working hard, doing well. It's good to see you. Rikers is one of my favorite people. Please make sure you check him out. He's really creative. He's worked in a wide range of industries, from the adult film industry to video games. He's very hardworking, very intelligent. He's a good dude. You should check him out. Yo, Rikers. Iron! Thanks for being here, Rikers. Have you played Outer Worlds? We're about halfway through our Outer Worlds playthrough. We have one key question I keep asking myself. I want to figure it out. Why is it this game came out? Everybody was absolutely thrilled. They said Fallout, Bethesda, eat your heart out. True OG RPG makers are back at it. Obsidian is here. They're ready to show everyone who's boss. We can't wait. We love it. Metacritic 70, 80, 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10. Everybody, glorious. It was glorious. And then 2, 3 weeks, a month later, nothing. Nobody talks about this game. No one says a peep about this game. It's not even a month old. Nobody cares about this game. I get on Reddit, I get on forums, people say, yeah, it was okay, but really, I fucking hated it. Everything changed. 8 out of 11 people who we've talked to in this chat have said, oh yeah, I liked this game, I got to the end, and then I never beat it. So we're trying to ask the all-important question. What happened to the Outer Worlds? Why is it not another Mass Effect or a Fallout or another Knights of the Old Republic? I'm beginning to form an opinion on this topic. Lex Loot, hey, what up, Lex? Hey, your first playthrough, have fun, bro. It's a good time. Surprised you aren't checking out the new Borderlands 3 patch. I don't really like Borderlands 3 in its current shape. I'll be real with you. I don't plan to quit it, though. I will be checking it out probably next week. Thanks for being here, Lex. That line just says that we were having a stag party. An epic one at that. I've seen a bunch on it. I had it done past free Xbox Pass. It was on there. I downloaded it but never played it. I'd say it's definitely a commitment. Did you beat this game, Lex? I play Borderlands 3 on... I liked Outer Worlds. I'm waiting for them to do some DLC, but it's so quiet on that front. Well, they said it was coming out this year, so you'd think there'd be some news. And if you did beat it, Lex, you say you liked it? How far did you get into it if you didn't? Been trying to get as many opinions on it as I can get, trying to figure out that question. I mean, I can already say the first thing I definitely have noticed is, as I've been whining about, it's very heavy on the dialogue, not so much the combat. Like, I could do like 3 hours of just shooting stuff right now, and I'd feel like it'd be put back in balance. But I know that's not going to happen. The writing was a lot of fun. Yeah, the writing's really good, and the world's great. Like, I definitely can't complain about that stuff.
That's the last of them.
All of that is really good. No, I played Borderlands 3 on console, and I've got plenty of fucking issues with it. Namely, the performance, and I don't like the gameplay loop much anymore, unfortunately. But please check out Repo Man.
Too far now.
Less than three, you, my guy. Repo Man's great. He's extremely talented. He's a really sincere guy, a genuine guy, a very hard-working guy. He's an absolute legend. Legend in the Fortnite community. I'd say the best builder on there. I'd say the best builder class on there. He's just amazing at it. He's a really good dude. He works really hard. He really takes care of his community, and you should check him out. Yo, Repo Man. Yo, Repo Man, you've continued to fight the war, and you've continued to fight the resistance, and you have become stage 25 more human than a human. Over 2 years. Over 2 years for the Repo Man. Can we get him some love? Make him feel welcome. Get him some Nexus Cat hype. The Repo Man continuing that streak, that generosity. I'm thankful and I'm grateful, Repo Man. Super nice of you. Make sure you check out Repo Man. He's great. Seemed limited, but the writing was a lot of fun. I agree with that. Thanks a lot for that resub. Rikers means a lot. Thank you, Repo Man. Sorry, I mean Repo Man. Thanks for making him feel welcome, gang. Like, it's weird because the combat's actually good, and they clearly did a lot of work on it. Like, it's not the greatest shooter ever, but it's not a bad shooter at all. And they put a lot of focus on the combat and the looting, but you just don't do it very often.
Oh no. How the hell did Marauders navigate the caverns?
I'm not supposed to be doing that. We have to go check out Footfall. I just was craving killing stuff so badly. Hammer of Olympus. Looks like you're in luck, Tapioca. There you are. Enjoy swinging that bad boy. Even though you'll go down in like 30 seconds. What do you know? At the end of the cliff, there's a secret weapon. Okay, we better go back to Footfall. We have like 4 missions there. We got Catherine. We got the commuter. We got a lot of stuff.